Greetings of the day, dear scholars. Today we have a very interesting poem to share, written by the metaphysical poet John Donne. The title of the poem is Death Be Not Proud. This is an unusual poem, very unique in its character and the way the writer has handled it. Let's go through the text of the poem. Death, be not proud. Though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me from rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be. Much pleasure then from thee, much more must flow, and soonest our best men with thee do go. Rest of their bones and soul's delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell, and poppy or charms can make us sleep as well. And better than thy stroke, why swellest thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die. Here, John Donne has talked about death and its helplessness. Generally, we see death as a very powerful and very mighty agent because it takes our life away. And we have been sharing this idea from the very beginning of our awareness that death and time, they spare none. Here, the poet says that death be not proud. Because death is proud, it can gobble up anything, it can perish anything. So it feels that it is ultimate, it is the supremo. But no, he challenges this idea. He says, death be not proud. Though some have called thee mighty and dreadful. He says, some people have addressed you, they have labeled you as mighty, all powerful, and dreadful, fearful. For thou art not so. He says, no, you are not so. You are neither mighty nor dreadful. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow, die not. He says, death, you assume that if you have killed somebody, that person has died. But he says, for those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow, die not. No, these people have really not died. Poor death. He says, death, it's really pathetic for you to think so about yourself that you can kill people or you can cause people to die, nor yet canst thou kill me. Death, you can neither kill other people nor can you kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be. It is just like, what is death? Death is just like a short rest. It is just like a sleep. These are very transitory phases of our life. And death, you are also just a segment of the same nature. Much pleasure. And there is pleasure in death. As we sleep and wake up, we feel a sense of pleasure, a sense of relaxation. So it's the same. The feeling of having died gives us the same pleasure. Then from thee, much more must flow, because there is much more that comes beyond death. That is, there is much more that comes after death. And soonest our best men with thee do go. Our best men do follow you. You have the potential to carry the best of our men. Yes, of course, it is routine. It is a sort of convention that people will die. You will take them away. But what happens when they die? Rest of their bones. Actually, when they die, their bones go in a state of rest and soul's delivery. The soul is delivered of a lot of burden that it had been carrying in its living life. So, you have actually helped people to give rest to their bones and purgate their souls of a certain burden that they had been carrying through their lifetime. Thou art slave of fate, death. You are the slave of fate. Chance. Yes, of course, it is all by chance that people die. They die either out of fate or they die out of chance. So you actually are a slave of these mechanisms. Kings and desperate men, and dust with poison, war and sickness dwell. And see, whenever you have to kill either ordinary people or kings or desperate men, whatever you do and whatever type of people die, and dust with poison, war and sickness dwell. And there are certain forms that you use. People die either out of poison or war or sickness, and poppy or charms can make us sleep as well. So, what is death? It is a short sleep, and the same type of sleep and the same sort of rest can be had by the consumption of poppy or charms that lull us to sleep, and better than thy stroke. And these forms of rest are better than your stroke. So, we have many other forms of rest, and you are just one like those. Why swellest thou then? Then why are you feeling so proud? Why are you swelling with pride? So he says, why swellest thou then? Why are you swelling with pride? One short sleep past, we wake eternally. Just as after having taken rest, we wake up and we feel relaxed. In the same manner, one short sleep past, we wake eternally. After death, we wake up eternally, and death shall be no more. And when we wake up after death, then there is no death. There is another life. There is another form of our being into existence. But death, thou shalt die. O death, I challenge you that we will wake up and relive in one form or the other, but you shall die. So men do not die, it is death that dies. So this is a very unique poem John Donne has written. Some important words of the poem are proud, having a false sense of self-importance, mighty, powerful, dreadful, causing fear or terror, overthrow, bring down or overturn, pleasure, happiness or joy, slave, servant, or a dominated person, fate, destiny or fortune. Chance, coincidence. Kings, rulers, emperors. Desperate, hopeless. Poison, substance that causes death or illness. Poppy, an intoxicating herb. Charm, something bringing good luck. Eternally, everlasting, evermore. So, death finally, according to John Donne, shall die, and we people, as human beings, shall have a long slumber and wake up after a pleasant relaxation. So, it is a very unique poem, and the very thought that John Donne has used is metaphysical and very nice. So, this is how John Donne can be understood as a metaphysical poet. Thank you.